Hi, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you one workflow that I've used for my 2D animated films. We'll do lip syncing in Character Animator, some effects in Illustrator, Viseme setup in Photoshop, and compositing with sliders in After Effects. This workflow is pretty raw and uncut, so follow along for updates on how this project takes shape. I set up my webcam and snapshots of myself mouthing the following positions. This guide is linked in the description. Make sure that your head is in nearly the same location each time. I copied the first image to my desktop and opened it in Photoshop. Open the Actions palette and record the following actions to erase the background, crop, and save to a new folder, then quit. Now run the action on the Photo Shoot folder and wait till it's done. Once these are done, open Illustrator and open your first image. I usually don't recommend opening images like this because you lose all of your swatches, but in this example it doesn't really matter because I'm not changing any of the colors. Select the image and use these settings to image trace. Be sure preview is checked on and do them one by one. Save the image trace preset so you can run it on each of these files. Once you like it, hit expand and fix any of these weird spots with the direct selection tool and eyedropper. Export as a PNG with a transparent background to a new folder. I kept the background in mind because I like the green screen keyed out speckled effect and I'm lazy. Now go to Photoshop and open the neutral image. You can use this as your default face and mouth position. But I'm going to use the entire face for each mouth position because I want that boiled look when all of the shadows and highlights change along with the mouth. Make a new folder called Face, and inside of that folder, another one called Mouth. Now, place each of the mouth and face position in the order listed here and name them correctly. Additionally, I lassoed around the face, inverted, and deleted the background. Once you have them all set, you can save and open Character Animator. Import the Photoshop file and drag it into the timeline. If you have the mic and camera enabled, it will sync to the visemes. Record some audio and save it as a WAV file. Import it and drag it under the character layer, then select it in the project window, and you can add the exact lines, which improves the accuracy. Now select both in the timeline and go up here to sync your audio. Now when it's done, you may need to delete or change a few of these, but overall it's way faster than sliders in After Effects. And if you've messed up any of the layer orders, Character Animator will sync up, so if you update the Photoshop file, it'll update automatically in Character Animator.
Hello gang, how are you doing?
Now let me show you how to do the same process in After Effects. Let's also bring over the animation from Character Animator and see how they compare. Export your file at 12 frames per second with the audio, and then open After Effects. Right-click and interpret footage. Your audio and your animation are synced up.
Hello gang, how are you doing?
So let me show you how to do this with all of the mouth positions so you understand how the sliders work and how the setup is done. Import all of your individual phonemes and be sure it's not set as a sequence. And then drag the rest in. Move the playhead to 1 second. Shift Control D to cut and then delete the rest of them. Select them all and order them into a sequence like this. Okay, let's open a new comp to test this out on a neutral position head. And with it selected, add a slider from your effects panel. Alt-click on the stopwatch and drag this pick whip up to the slider. Go down and right-click the keyframe it just made and toggle keyframe hold. In that comp, determine how many seconds there are. And then go back over to this comp, and on the slider, right click and edit the value, changing this to the maximum duration. And this makes it so there aren't going to be any more positions available beyond what you have. Now you can freely move up and down the timeline to use the slider and automatically keyframe the different positions. You use the same exact process. So I hope this was helpful getting you set up, doing lip syncing, and using multiple platforms to get a character animation made for After Effects rigging. Stay tuned for more. We're going to do some other stuff with this process later.